Hey guys, what's up? Righteous Gains here. Okay, I got another weekly update for you guys. So, to start off with, I weighed myself this morning on my scale, and it came out to 203.2 pounds, 14.8% body fat. No, 14.9, sorry. And then I was 48.8% muscle. Those are my stats that I came out with today. So if you remember from my last video, I was 203 pounds and all the other metrics were just about the same as what I mentioned today. So I did not really make any progress. I slightly regressed. And I know the reason why. This week I kind of fell off the bandwagon. I actually weighed myself at the beginning of the week, I think on Monday, and I was 202 pounds. So I had made a little bit of progress, and I was like, 14.6% body fat, I think. But unfortunately, this week I had a project due in my class, and it was a big project, and I didn't start it ahead enough, far ahead enough in time that I had to kind of crunch, and I was staying up late for like 3 days in a row trying to finish it, and that just really threw me off my game. Now that being said, that's just basically an excuse, right? That's all that is. And okay, I'll let you go next. That's just an excuse, and but you better wait, buddy. What are you doing? Anyway, that's just an excuse, right? And unfortunately, I can't let these excuses keep winning, right? Because this is not the first time that an excuse like this has come up, and it's not going to be the last. So I got to find a way to overcome it. Once these challenges do come where I have something that's just throwing off my sleep, throwing off my work, and kind of making me lose focus, getting me out of the gym, I can't let it affect, even if I don't go to the gym because I got to focus on homework or something, I shouldn't be getting off my diet. I've always had that problem. Once I stop going to the gym is what really keeps me in the health mindset, Once I stop going to the gym, or I don't go that often that week, usually my diet follows because I'm just not in the mindset. The mindset is, the gym keeps me in the mindset. And I got to get out of that, because unfortunately, you can still have a week where you progress if you just diet right, even if you didn't go to the gym. So that's where I'm at this week. Now I'm kind of getting back on schedule, luckily. I am trying to, let's see here, I'm at the gym now. I'm just trying to get a good parking spot. Wow, there's a lot of parking. Usually this place is crazy busy. So anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at. But I'm trying to get back on now. This week, as far as how many times I went to the gym, last week I think I went 3 times. This week I've gone twice. Today is going to be my 3rd though. Sorry, that light is crazy bright. Ugh. So this is going to be my 3rd time. So I will have at least gone 3 times, gotten each workout in, my push, my pull, and my leg day. Today's on my leg day. And so, that's good. I got all those 3 in. I've had kind of been rushing because, again, the days that I did go to the gym, I still had other stuff to do this week. So I wasn't able to get the full gamut of exercises I wanted to get in. But that's the beauty of it. I've kind of structured my workout. If you're a person like most of you watching who just has a normal life and is trying to stay healthy and work out, I would suggest that you kind of structure your workout in a way where you put the most important exercises at the beginning of whatever workout it is for that day, and then kind of the less important ones more near the end, okay? So for example, I have my bigger, larger compound movements at the beginning of each of my workout. So for example, today I'm gonna do leg press. That's the first thing, right? I don't do squat because I got a messed up back. But I do leg press first, and then after I do the leg press, I go do leg extensions. I do hyper extensions, and then I do leg extensions, and then I do leg curls. That's my workout, right? Worst case scenario, I could do leg press and then leg curls and call it a day. Or for example, yesterday was my push day, and I like to do pike push-ups, shoulder press, and dips. But I have more I like to do in the workout. Those are like my big 3 that I do right off at the beginning. And then I like to do a couple other little things. Like I want to do triceps too. I like to try to get four exercises in, and I like to include the triceps at the end. But just to really finish it off well for the day, because I feel like my triceps need to be bigger and stronger. But you know, on a day like yesterday where I was really busy because I went yesterday, it's kind of an okay thing, because then, you know, I still got my triceps still got exercise. I still got all the muscles I wanted to get in for that workout session. It's just that ideally when I have more time, I'll do the tricep as well. And then I also like to do a quick exercise in my forearms and my rotator cuff. But when I'm busy like I was yesterday, I just do the big 3 and I call it good. That's what I would suggest for anyone trying to set up their workout. Put the big, most important ones at the beginning, and you know, that way if you're in a rush for the day, you can just do maybe the most important ones that you put at the beginning, and then on days that have more time, you'll get the full workout in, right? So anyway, with that all being said, I don't have any PRs to mention, but I do have a little scripture for you guys. This is a really good one. This one's going to be in 1 Timothy 6, verse 5 through 8. And it goes like this: perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself. But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. That's a really good one. Normally I don't expand on any of them, but I feel like I needed that, because sometimes it's easy to fall into comparison and kind of wish that you're in a different spot than where you are in life. And I know that all of us, it's okay to, I think, you know, try to progress, you know, in your job, financially. They're actually good things, and I think God does want you to be smart with your money. But there's a point where it becomes just being smart, and you've turned it into lust for money, right? And sometimes I fall into like, man, I wish I was in a different spot, you know, and I let it get me down. And I think that's where I'm falling into a spot where, you know, I can't let, maybe I see someone else who has more than me, who's a bit richer than me. I can't let that get me down, because when it does, you know, it could drive me to, you know, put money first in place of other things like family or God, right? There's a lot of people in this world who put money before God, right? And do things which, you know, are against God's will for money. So, and I'm not like that, obviously, but, you know, it's also just not good in general to let, you know, the lust for money lower your spirits. You know what I mean? Even if you don't do anything about it. You know, you shouldn't let it get you down. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.